What keeps us 120 years young? We never stop caring, learning, and leading by example. Some here call it our calling in life. We call it the St. Bernard's Way. Because what moves us every day is the knowledge that having the best science and the best people is the only way to bring Christ-like healing to all who need it. And we will never stop doing what we do, because we were born and raised here too. St. Bernard's.
Meet the gigs. Blaze is hardcore with a controller. Tara works remotely, Zooming by day and online shopping at night. Trey never misses the big game. And Gigi loves to stream but hates to wait. They're all living the gig life. No lagging, buffering, or waiting thanks to Right Fiber's gig speed internet. You too can be like the gigs. Connected to what matters the most for your family with fast 100% fiber internet from Right Fiber.
Evolve Bank and Trust is your financial partner of choice for full-service banking in Jonesboro. Come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank now offers checking and savings accounts, CDs, home and business loans, and so much more. Check us out online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
What keeps us 120 years young? We never stop caring, learning, and leading by example. Some here call it our calling in life. We call it the St. Bernard's Way. Because what moves us every day is the knowledge that having the best science and the best people is the only way to bring Christ-like healing to all who need it. And we will never stop doing what we do, because we were born and raised here too. St. Bernard's.
Meet the gigs. Blaze is hardcore with a controller. Tara works remotely, Zooming by day and online shopping at night. Trey never misses the big game. And Gigi loves to stream but hates to wait. They're all living the gig life. No lagging, buffering, or waiting thanks to Right Fiber's gig speed internet. You too can be like the gigs. Connected to what matters the most for your family with fast 100% fiber internet from Right Fiber.
Evolve Bank and Trust is your financial partner of choice for full-service banking in Jonesboro. Come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank now offers checking and savings accounts, CDs, home and business loans, and so much more. Check us out online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome into Memorial Field here on the campus of Valley View High School. My name is Tyson LeBlanc, joining you live this afternoon from the Century Finance broadcast booth. We welcome you into the Blazers' second home contest of the year. Today's matchup will feature your Valley View Blazers versus the Robinson Senators. The Blazers come into this matchup with a 3-0 record after picking up 2 wins at Hot Springs last week versus Lonoka Maumelle. Then they defeated Magnolia Heights 6-1 in the home opener Wednesday. Robinson comes into the contest with a record of 5-1. This should be a great matchup this afternoon. We're back with the first pitch and your starters from the Century Finance broadcast booth right after this.
Like on the top. Yeah.
Welcome back into the Century Finance broadcast booth here at Memorial Field and Blazers Stadium. Today's matchup is Valley View versus Robinson. And first, your lineups for your Valley View Blazers. Batting leadoff tonight, number 3, the center fielder, Slade Caldwell. Batting second, number 21, right fielder, Owen Roach. Batting third, wearing number 1 tonight, Dax Webb. Batting 16th, also your catcher and cleanup hitter, Keaton Mathis. Batting 5th, shortstop, Drew Gartman. Batting 6th, your first baseman for this afternoon, Hudson Rogers. Batting 7th, third baseman, Kason Becker. Batting 8th, designated hitter, Jade Taylor. Batting 9th, Noah Ragsdale. And on the mound to start the game this afternoon is going to be senior right-hander Eli Cresilius. And now the lineup for the Robinson Senators. Batting leadoff, number 7, Nathan Johnson. Batting second, number 2, Drifton Ladd. Batting third, number 5, Victor Bullock. Batting cleanup today, Carson Waugh. Batting fifth, Aiden Humbert. Batting sixth, Isaiah Freeman. Following him in the order, batting seventh, Spencer Watson. Batting eighth, Rylan Henry. Batting ninth, Andre Bell. On the mound today for the Senators to start things off will be number 16, Rylan Henry. Looks like we're ready to begin first pitch here this afternoon. Nathan Johnson steps in to the batter's box awaiting the first pitch from Eli Cresilius, and that's fired in there for a strike, making the count 0-1. Second pitch from Cresilius just high, even up the count at 1-1. Cresilius' third pitch of the afternoon swung on and fouled back just over the netting here behind home plate. Cresilius, the senior right-hander, plans to go on and play at the next level for the University of Arkansas. Looks like Cresilius is ready for the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a grounder to the shortstop Gartman. Gartman over to first, a pick by Rogers, and they're going to say safe. So Johnson is the first base runner of the game for the Senators as he gets the infield single and beats out the throw from Gartman. Now at the plate is going to be number 2, Drifton Ladd. Senators will have a runner on first and no outs to start the game here in the top of the first. Cresilius' first pitch is a strike. Gets Ladd looking, making the count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Cresilius. Runners going. Mathis fires to second, and it's going to get behind Gartman and go into the outfield. But Slade Caldwell's there to cover, so the runner will stay at second, but the Senators do have a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the first. Count is now 1-1 to the second hole hitter, Drifton Ladd. Cresilius stepping off the mound, making sure him and Mathis are on the same page, and Cresilius is going to call Mathis out there to have a quick conversation. Looks like Mathis is ready to get back behind the plate, and Ladd's about to step back into the batter's box to face the 1-1 count. One pitch from Cresilius right at the knees, a called strike, making the count 1-2. Pitching coach Matt Snyder telling Cresilius to go ahead and step off the mound, and so they'll reset here for the 1-2 count. That pitch from Crecilius, swing and a miss into the glove of Mathis. So Eli gets his first strikeout of the afternoon and 1 out with the runner on second here in the top of the first for the Senators. Now coming to the plate, the right-hander for the Senators, number 5, Victor Bullock. Crecilius looks back to the runner on second, and he's going to fake the pickoff attempt, but the runner back safely with no throw. Crecilius looks like he's ready here to face his third batter of the afternoon. And that pitch goes right by Bullock, called strike 1 to the Senators' right-hander. Here comes the second pitch from Crecilius. That gets away from Mathis. So the runner will advance to third on no throw. So now the Robinson Senators looking to score first here in the top of the first with a runner on third and 1 out in the inning. Counts even at 1-1. Here to Victor. The runner stealing home. And that ball is actually going to get away from Mathis, so the Senators will strike first as the runner was coming home, but it was also a wild pitch by Crecilius, so 1-0 Senators here in the top of the first. Count 2 balls and 1 strike here in the top of the first with 1 out. Crecilius' 2-1 pitch gets a swing and a miss near the top of the zone, so that evens up the count at 2-2. I'm sorry, the scoreboard must have appeared wrong at 1-2. At 2-1, sorry, it was 1-2. So Crecilius gets his second strikeout here in the first inning. That brings up cleanup hitter Carson Wall. Crecilius' first pitch to him is a called strike looking. So Crecilius doing a good job here early on getting ahead in the count. Oh, 1 pitch to the cleanup hitter, swung on and fouled back here behind the home plate netting. Carson finds himself in a hole here, down 0-2 in the count. 0-2 pitch to Wall. Swung on, grounded sharply, and that's going to get through the gap between the second baseman and shortstop. Go out to Caldwell, so a single here for the Senators. So 2 singles to start off this afternoon here in the first inning for Robinson. That brings up number 10, Aiden Humbert. Pitch from Crecilius, swung on and fouled back just to the right of the home plate netting. 0-1 once again is the count for Aiden Humbert. And the runner's running. That's a called strike, and Ragsdale gets him in plenty of time. A great throw from Mathis to the second baseman, Ragsdale, and the Blazers get out of the inning, allowing 2 hits and 1 run. Your score, Robinson 1, Valley View 0. Stay with us here on Blazer News Network, as next up to bat is your Valley View Blazers.
Hardcore with a controller. Tara works remotely, Zooming by day and online shopping at night. Trey never misses the big game. And Gigi loves to stream but hates to wait. They're all living the gig life. No lagging, buffering, or waiting thanks to Right Fiber's gig speed internet. You too can be like the gigs. Connected to what matters the most for your family with fast 100% fiber internet from Right Fiber.
Welcome back here on Blazer News Network as the Blazers look to catch up to the 0-1 deficit here in the bottom of the first. Slade Caldwell, the senior center fielder, is up first for the Blazers. Looks like on the mound for the Senators will be number 16, Rylan Henry. Looks like Henry's just about ready to throw his first pitch to Caldwell, and here it comes. That ball doesn't even get to home plate as it bounces in the turf to the catcher, so 1-0 count to Slade. Henry's 1-0 pitch, and that's in the dirt as well. 2-0. Quick 2 balls to the hitter, Slade Caldwell. That ball low once again, making the count 3-0. Henry pitching with a quick pace here to his first batter, Caldwell. And that one's not even near the plate, so a 4-pitch walk to Caldwell like he's seen many times so far this year. Some teams might regret it, though, as it's almost a guarantee that Caldwell's able to get to third base with his speed. But now at the dish is number 21, sophomore Owen Roach. Roach is in right field today for your Valley View Blazers. Henry's pitch to Roach high above the zone, so a called ball for Owen Roach's first pitch of his at-bat. One and 0 count to Roach, and Caldwell's running that ball in the dirt, and the catcher not even going to try to attempt to throw Caldwell out. So, like I said, Caldwell already into scoring position with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Henry steps off the mound for a minute, trying to settle back in for the 2-0 count versus hitter Owen Roach. Roach watches that one go by to make that 3-0, so 7 straight balls to open the afternoon here for Rylan Henry. And that pitch is finally going to get in there for a called strike, making the count 3-1. So a hitter's count here for Owen. Henry settles in here for the 3-1 pitch. That pitch to Roach right at his knees, called strike 2, making the count 3-2. Rylan Henry's done a great job here facing his second batter of the afternoon, behind in the count with 3 balls and no strikes, and has worked it back here to a full count. Henry's full count pitch to Roach in the dirt. Once again, so Roach will advance to first, and now they'll have Caldwell and Roach on first and second here in the top of the first with no outs, and that brings up senior left fielder for this afternoon's contest, Dax Webb. Dax Webb's a transfer from Brooklyn High School just across town, looking to be a big part of the Blazers offense throughout the year. Here's the first pitch to Webb. Both runners running. That's going to get behind the catcher. So now the Blazers will have 2 runners in scoring position with no outs in the inning. 1-0 is the count to the left-hander, Dax Webb. That pitch close in the dirt, making the count 2-0. Two and 0 pitch from Henry. Right at the knees, called strike. There to Webb, making the count 2-1. Two and 1 pitch to Webb, swung on, hit over the first baseman's head into the outfield, so Caldwell comes around to score easily, and so does Roach. Standing up, so a 2 RBI single there for Dax Webb, as now the Blazers are back on top with the 2-1 lead. Great piece of hitting there in the hitter's count by Dax Webb to get the liner over the first baseman's head into right field and score 2 for his Blazers. With no outs in the inning, the cleanup hitter, also playing catcher today, Keaton Mathis, comes up to the plate. Looks like the Senators want to talk it over with a quick visit at the mound. Looks like we're just about ready to resume. Pitch to Mathis. Mathis kind of has to lean out of the way, so a first pitch ball to Keaton. Let's see if Dax Webb might try to steal here with a decent lead over there at first. Pitch from Henry. Webb stays put and a called strike to Keaton Mathis, evens up the count at 1-1. One and 1 pitch to Mathis. Webb is running. Mathis fouls that one back here behind home plate. So Mathis now down in the count 1-2 to the pitcher, Rylan Henry. One and 2 pitch to Mathis. That ball gets away from the first baseman. Webb thought about trying to advance to second, but the ball not traveling far enough with the wet outfield here this afternoon. Henry makes his way back to the mound, about ready to throw his 1-2 pitch to Mathis. That one gets away from the catcher, and Webb is going to go to second, standing up. So another runner in scoring position here for the Blazers with no outs in the bottom of the first. Now the count even for Mathis. He steps back up to the plate with the 2-2 count. That pitch to Mathis high, making the count full at 3-2. Henry gets his sign from the dugout, about ready to throw the full count pitch here to sophomore Keaton Mathis. That pitch to Mathis swung on and roped into left field, but right at the left fielder. Hard hit ball there by Mathis, but happens to be a line out. So the first out of the inning for the Robinson Senators. But that brings up junior shortstop Drew Gartman wearing number 2 this afternoon with a runner in scoring position and 1 out here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Gartman. He bunts. Great bunt down the third base line as the third baseman was covering third in case Dax stealed. So that would be a bunt single for Drew Gartman. So now runners at the corners with the 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Now at the plate for the Blazers playing first this afternoon is number 23, junior Hudson Rogers. Runner at the corners for him and 1 out. Rogers steps up to the plate with 1 out in the inning. Gartman at first, Webb at third. First pitch to him, way above the strike zone, so a first pitch ball, making the count 1-0. Pitch to Rogers is in the dirt and gets away from him, but Webb might have gotten not have gotten the best read on that one as he stays put at third, but Gartman will advance to second. So another runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first with the 1 out for Valley View. It looks like we're going to have another mound to visit here between Rylan Henry and his teammates and the coach for Robinson. When we resume play, Rogers will be at the plate with a 2-0 count, 1 out, and runners at first and third. Looks like we're just about ready to resume action here in the bottom of the first. Your Blazers lead the Senators 2-1. Looks like we'll also have a new pitcher on the mound. Waiting to see him turn his back so I can get the number on that one. Looks like the new pitcher in this one will be Reese Simpson. So the Senators are already having to change pitchers here in the bottom of the first with only 1 out. Runners at the corners for the first baseman, Rogers, and 1 out correction, runners at second and third. Rogers has to get out of the way of that one, so going to be a 3-0 count with 2 runners in scoring position to Hudson Rogers. Simpson settling in here for his second pitch of the afternoon. That's going to go by Rogers for a called strike, making the count 3-1. Pitch to H-Rod, swung on. And looks like the shortstop had it lined right to him, but he drops it. So now the Blazers will have bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the first. That brings up third baseman, the senior wearing number 13, Kason Becker.
Now batting, number 13, Kason Becker.
Looks like they're going to say the shortstop did catch it, and then when he went to pull it out of his glove, he bobbled it. So actually 2 outs in the inning for the Senators as Becker's at the plate now with runners on second and third. Becker watches that one go by as a called strike, making the count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch to Becker, swung on high. Fly ball into deep center. And the center fielder is able to make the catch near the wall. So the Blazers do strike in the bottom of the first, scoring 2 runs. So they'll lead your Senators 2-1. We're headed in to the second inning here on Blazer News Network.
Learning and leading by example. Some here call it our calling in life. We call it the St. Bernard's Way. Because what moves us every day is the knowledge that having the best science and the best people is the only way to bring Christ-like healing to all who need it. And we will never stop doing what we do. Because we were born and raised here too. St. Bernard's.
Welcome back here on Blazer News Network for the second inning of baseball here from Memorial Field as Crecilius steps on to the mound for his second inning of work. Crecilius had 2 strikeouts in the first inning, allowing 2 hits and 1 run. First pitch from Crecilius, swung on and fouled back by the hitter, number 10, Aiden Humbert. That breaking ball low and in the dirt, even up the count at 1-1. And that pitch from Eli goes by the hitter Humbert as a called strike, making it 1-2 to the Senators' right-hander. That's swung on by Humbird. Barely hops over the mound. Gartman fields it and gets it to first for the easy ground out for the Blazers. So Crecilius retires the first batter of the second inning. Now at the plate for the Senators is number 9, Isaiah Freeman. First pitch to Freeman, gets a swing and a miss there from the good pitch from Eli Crecilius, makes the count 0-1. A 0-1 pitch from Eli, gets another swing and a miss, making it 0-2. So the hitter Freeman has himself in a hole here. Oh, 2 pitch. Umpire's going to say just outside, making the count 1-2. Swing and a miss there from Freeman as Eli picks up his third K of the afternoon. So now 2 down here in the second, retired in order. Now to up for the Senators is going to be number 1, Spencer Watson. First pitch to Watson gets a swing and a miss as Eli is starting to work at a quicker pace here in the second. Second pitch just high, making the count even at 1-1. One and one to the left-hander Watson. Another swing and a miss there, making the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Eli. Just high there above the zone, evening it up at 2-2. So 2-2 is the count with 2 outs in the inning for Crecilius and the Blazers. Swing and a miss there from Watson. So Crecilius retires the Senators in order there in the second inning, picking up his 4th K of the afternoon. We'll be back here with the bottom of the second here from Memorial Field. I'm Tyson Lebong here on Blazer News Network.
Choice for full-service banking in Jonesboro. Come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank now offers checking and savings accounts, CDs, home and business loans, and so much more. Check us out online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back here to Memorial Field on the campus of Valley View High School as we head in to the bottom of the second inning with your Blazers leading 2-1. Now stepping into the plate is junior designated hitter Jay Taylor. Reese Simpson, the right-hander, is still on the mound here in the second inning for the Senators. First pitch to Taylor, just high, making it a ball, count 1-0. Pitch to Jade. Swung on and fouled back just in front of the catcher behind the home plate, making the count even at 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Simpson. Off speed, gets a swing and a miss there from Taylor as he finds himself in a hole down the count 1-2. One and two. Pitch from Simpson, swung on by Jade Taylor right at the third baseman. He makes the play and throws it over to first in time for the ground out. So the first batter at the bottom of the second grounds out to third. That'll bring up the sophomore second baseman this afternoon, wearing number 24, Noah Ragsdale. First pitch of the at-bat to Ragsdale as he watches that one go by for a ball, 1-0. Pitch to Ragsdale. Fouls that one back into the netting, evens up the count at 1-1. One out here in the bottom of the second for Reese Simpson and the Senators. One pitch to Noah. He swings a high foul ball, and just having enough room is the first baseman as he makes the catch beside the visitor dugout. So now two down in the inning for the Senators. Now at the plate is going to be number 3, who got walked on 4 pitches in the dirt his first at bat, senior center fielder Slade Caldwell. See if they go with the 4-pitch kind of intentional walk, or they'll try to pitch to Caldwell here. Pitch to Caldwell is actually going to go in there for a called strike. 0-1's count to Slade. Oh, 1 pitch to Caldwell. Swung on, roped down the first base line, and that's fair. That ball rolls into the corner fence, and Slade round second, headed for third. He's going to slide head first and get there safely, and that is exactly why you don't pitch to Slade Caldwell, as he gets a triple here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. That brings up right fielder number 21, Owen Roach. Roach walked back in the first inning. Two outs and a runner on third. Roach swings at that one. Fouled back for a foul ball, making the count 0-1. One pitch from Simpson. Roach swung on, grounded to the second baseman, throws it to first just in time to retire Roach. So the Senators get out of the inning, allowing 1 hit, no runs. Your Blazers lead head into the third here on Blazers News Network, 2-1.
Hardcore with a controller. Tara works remotely, Zooming by day and online shopping at night. Trey never misses the big game. And Gigi loves to stream, but hates to wait. They're all living the gig life. No lagging, buffering, or waiting, thanks to Right Fiber's gig speed internet. You too can be like the gigs. Connected to what matters the most for your family with fast 100% fiber internet from Right Fiber.
Welcome back here on Blazers Network for the third inning of work from senior right-hander Eli Crecilius. Now due up for the Senators, who's also the current pitcher for Robinson, number 21, Reese Simpson. First pitch to Reese high in the zone, gets a swing and a miss, making the count 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Simpson, swung on and fouled back into the netting here behind the home plate. Pitcher Simpson finds himself in a hole here, down 0-2. Simpson watches that one go right by him for the called strike 3, so now Crecilius with 5 strikeouts this afternoon. Now due up for the Senators, batting ninth today, also the designated hitter, Andre Bell. First pitch to him, gets a swing and a miss. Makes the count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch to Bell. That one pulls Mathis just outside of his stance. Ball making it 1-1. And that pitch goes in there for a called strike, making the count 1-2 to Andre. One and two, pitch to Bell, swung on and fouled almost inside the Senator dugout. She stays live here in the 1-2 count. One and two pitch to the 9-hole hitter, right-hander for the Senators. Just high evens up the count at 2-2. Two and two. Pitch from Eli, gets a swing and a miss. So another strikeout for Crecilius, his 6th, and 2 2/3 inning of work. Now we're back to the top of the order for the Senators, and that's going to bring up Nathan Johnston. Johnston had an infield single, his first at bat in the first inning as he fouls the first pitch back, making the count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch to Johnston. Gets the half swing and a miss, making the count 0-2. Crecilius looking for his 7th strikeout through 3 innings in this one. That ball in the dirt off the mask of Mathis. making the count 1-2. Celia settles back on the mound for the 1-2 pitch. And that gets a swing and a miss there from Johnson as he totally went around. So Eli gets 6 strikeouts through 3 innings here at Memorial Field. 7 strikeouts for Cornelius. Your Blazers have a 2-1 lead heading into the bottom of the third.
Evolve Bank and Trust is your financial partner of choice for full-service banking in Jonesboro. Come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank now offers checking and savings accounts, CDs, home and business loans, and so much more. Check us out online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the third inning as your Blazers lead the Senators 2-1. Surprisingly, a ray of sunshine has decided to be casted over Memorial Field. So this game was looking like Thursday that it was going to be for sure a rain out, but Mother Nature said otherwise as we were playing baseball here this afternoon. Blazers senior left-hander Dax Webb steps into the plate for his second at bat here today. As Webb gets out of the way of that one, 1-0. Dax singled in his first at bat, getting 2 RBIs in the bottom of the first for the Blazers. One and 0 pitch to Webb. Breaking ball not catching a part of the zone, making the count 2-0. Two and 0 pitch to Dax. He watches that one go by him high, making the count 3-0. Three and 0 pitch from Simpson. He watches that one go by for a called strike, making the count 3-1. Three and 1 pitch to D. Webb. Swinging a foul tip into the glove of the Senators catcher. Full count now for Dax Webb. Simpson fires a 3-2 pitch. Just low, so Webb will reach base. 2 for 2 here this afternoon. That'll bring up cleanup hitter Keaton Mathis. Mathis lined out here in the bottom of the first inning. Blazers have a runner on first with no outs here in the bottom of the third. First pitch of that bat to Mathis. Mathis hammers that one into left field. And it gets down for Mathis' first hit of the afternoon. That's going to be a single. So now the runners have Webb in scoring position with no outs in the inning. That's going to bring up junior shortstop Drew Gartman. Drew had a very good game himself this Wednesday against Magnolia Heights, getting an RBI triple and 2 hits. during the primetime showdown. Looks like a courtesy runner for Mathis as Parker King will now be on first for the Blazers. Pitch to Gartman as he bunts that one foul right here at me into the netting, making the count 0-1. Gartman actually had a bunt down the third base line, good for a single back in the first. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Drew. Drew shows bunt again. So he watches that one low in the dirt. Webb thought about advancing to third, but stays put over there at second. Simpson decides to step off the mound and think about this 1-1 count to the shortstop, Drew Gartman. One and one pitch to Gartman or not, and a pickoff back to second base, but Dax Webb, the runner, back in plenty of time. See if Gartman shows bunt here again in the 1-1 count. And he does. And he gets that one down. Another great bunt down the third base line. They try to throw it to first, and it's going to get away. So Gartman on his way to second. Webb headed home. Looks like they also send Parker King home, and he's going to get there. So you could call it a bunt triple for Drew Gartman as he gets two more runners across as Valley View leads 4-1. So Gartman with the bunt single and then the error for the ball going into the outfield. He advances to third, and Webb and King come around to score for the Blazers. Now due up is the junior first baseman, Hudson Rogers. Rogers has a runner on third with no outs here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to H-Rod, swung on, high fly ball. And the left fielder makes the catch, and Gartman's going to tag up, and he'll get home in plenty of time. So Gartman scores the fifth run of this afternoon for the Blazers. Good job there by Rogers getting that one into the outfield, allowing Drew to advance home. That brings up the third baseman for today's contest, senior Kason Becker. One out, and the base is cleared for Becker. Becker swings and a miss on the first pitch, making the count 0-1. That pitch to Becker high above the zone. Evens up the count at 1-1. One pitch from Simpson. Is that breaking ball low? Making the count of hitters count at 2-1. Pitch to Kaysen. Just below the knees, making the count 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to the Blazers' third baseman, swung on and grounded. And that's going to get through the gap into right field. So Becker, with his single here this afternoon, gets to first with 1 out in the inning. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Jade Taylor. Taylor grounded out in his first plate appearance this afternoon. One out and Becker on first here in the bottom of the third for Taylor. Blazers have plated 3 runs here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch to Taylor as he watches that one low, making the count 1-0. One and 0 pitch to Jade. Jade's out in front of it early. That pickoff attempt was close to the first baseman, but Becker just barely getting back safely to the first base bag. So the 1-1's the count to Taylor after the swing and a miss. One and 1 pitch to Taylor with Becker on first with 1 out in the bottom of the third here for the Blazers. And he's running. He watches that one go as a called strike. And Becker's there to second, so another runner in scoring position here this afternoon for the Blazers. One and 2 is the count to the right-handed designated hitter. One-two pitch from Simpson. As Becker's stealing third, and that's deep. Back to the wall, and that's out of here. Jade Taylor takes Simpson deep, so now the Blazers lead the Senators 7-1. Jade Taylor hits one over the left field wall as Hill played across Becker, and now himself. So what a great home run there from Jade Taylor as your Blazers lead the Senators 7-1. Now up at the plate for the Blazers, number 24, sophomore shortstop, Noah Ragsdale. Pitch to Ragsdale as he watches the first pitch go by for a called strike, making the count 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Noah. He's out in front of that one, making the count 0-2.
Get you one.
Oh, and 2 pitch to Ragsdale as he watches that one just a bit high above the zone for a ball, making the count 1-2.
Let's go, baby.
1-2 pitch to Ragsdale. He swings on that one, and a diving play made there by the shortstop.
That's two, big dog.
And that's only 2 outs as the Senators were hurrying off the field into the dugout. So now that'll bring up the top of the order, and number 3, Slade Caldwell. Slade tripled in his last at bat when the Senators finally decided to throw him a pitch over the plate. We'll see what they decide to do here with the bases cleared and 2 outs. First pitch to Caldwell, swung on a high fly ball down the third base side, and that's going to get out of play, so 0-1 count for Slade. Simpson steps back on the mound, about to deliver his 0-1 pitch to Caldwell. That one high over Caldwell's head, evens up the count at 1-1. One and one pitch to Slade. Breaking ball just outside makes the count 2-1. Hitters count pitch to Slade. He watches that off-speed pitch for another ball, making the count 3-1. Another high pitch there from Simpson walks Slade Caldwell for his second of the game. So 2 outs and Caldwell on first for the hitter batting second today, Owen Roach. Roach has walked and had a ground out in his first 2 plate appearances this afternoon. First pitch to Roach. Caldwell's going as Roach takes that one for a ball, and they're not even going to try to throw Caldwell out as he gets to second, standing up. One and knows the count to Owen. And that pitch swung on. Foul ball down the third base side. Gets out of play that evens up the count at 1-1. One and one pitch to Roach. Catcher drops that one, and Caldwell decides to take off to third as that gets away from him. And Caldwell is just going to jog home, and he's safe. So the Blazers have now put up 6 here in the bottom of the third as they lead 8-1. 2-1, the count now to Roach after the miscue by Robinson. Two and one pitch to Roach. See, he watches that one go by him for a called strike. Evens up the count at 2-2. 2-2. Pitch to Owen. He's on that breaking ball as it gets just over the shortstop's head. So Roach gets himself his first hit of the afternoon. Now due up for the Blazers, number 1, Dax Webb. Webb has singled and walked so far here this afternoon. Looks like we're going to have a mound visit, and we'll see if we'll have a new pitcher. And it looks like we will. We'll be back right here on Blazers News Network with your new pitcher. And we'll be back here in the bottom of the third. Your Blazers lead 8-1. Looks like we're ready to resume play here at Memorial Field. New pitcher in the ball game for the Senators is number 10, Aiden Humbert. So the Senators having to pitch their third pitcher of the evening here in the bottom of the third. Left-hander Webb is up now at the plate with a runner on first and 2 outs. That pitch to Webb is low in the dirt, making it first pitch ball. So 1-0 is the count to the senior, Dax Webb. Want to know pitch from Humbert as Webb watches that one for a called strike, evens up the count at 1-1. They're going to say balk on Aiden Humbert, so Roach will advance into scoring position now at second base with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. One and one pitch to Webb, watches that one for a called ball, making the count 2-1. Two and one pitch from Humbert as Webb swing And a miss. That breaking ball evens up the count at 2-2. Two and two pitch with 2 outs and Roach on second here in the bottom of the third for the Blazers. Webb watches that breaking ball in the dirt, makes the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like Humbard's going to step off, and now he's ready to get back on the mound for the full count to Dax Webb. He's going to throw back to second. Roach is back, standing up in plenty of time. Full count still to the hitter, Dax Webb. Full count pitch from Maiden as Roach is running, and that gets away from the catcher. So Roach will be standing up at third. So now runners at the corners for 2 outs for the Blazers. That's going to bring up cleanup hitter, also playing catcher today, number 16, Keaton Mathis. So far here this afternoon, Keaton has lined out and had himself a single. Mathis now is runner at the corners with 2 outs in the inning. Runners running to second as Roach stays put at third as the catcher fakes the throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position in the 1-0 count to Keaton Mathis. One and 0 pitch to Mathis. He's just late on that one. Found that one straight back into the netting behind home plate. Evens up the count at 1-1. One and 1 pitch to Mathis. That's in the dirt, but a great play by the catcher there to keep that one in front of him. So 2-1 is the count to Mathis. Two and 1 pitch to Mathis. He watches that breaking ball fall just outside the strike zone, making the count 3 balls and 1 strike to the sophomore right-hander.
Good Chad. Big bag breaker here. Find you one to hit now.
3-1 pitch to Mathis. He watches that breaking ball in the dirt, so I guess the count was wrong on the scoreboard. So now the count's 3-1. Correction, 3-2. So the count is full now for Mathis. That pitch to Mathis, and they're going to say struck out looking. Mathis didn't quite agree with that one, but the Blazers score 6 runs here in the bottom of the third. Stay with us here on Blazer News Network as your Blazers lead 8-1.
is hardcore with a controller. Tara works remotely, Zooming by day and online shopping at night. Trey never misses the big game. And Gigi loves to stream but hates to wait. They're all living the gig life. No lagging, buffering, or waiting thanks to Right Fiber's gig speed internet. You too can be like the gigs. Connected to what matters the most for your family with fast 100% fiber internet from Right Fiber.
Welcome back here in the top of the fourth inning, joining you live from the Century Finance broadcast booth as Eli Corsilia steps back onto the mound for his fourth inning of work. Corsilia has 7 strikeouts through 3 innings so far here today. Making the count 0-1. And a quick swing and a miss there makes the count 0-2 to the Senators' left-hander. Quick third pitch of the at-bat. They're going to say just outside, makes the count 1-2. And that pitch falls in there for a called strike 3 as Corsilia gets his 8th strikeout of the afternoon. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th for the Blazers. That brings up number 5, Victor Bullock, hitting 3rd this afternoon for the Senators. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch from Bullock as he struck out in his first at bat of the afternoon. Ball there evens up the count at 1-1. To the third hole hitter for the Senators. 1-1 pitch, just low, making the count 2-1. Two and one pitch to Victor, swung on a pop fly into shallow center field. We'll see who's got it as Caldwell calls off Ragsdale and makes the catch. So 2 retired in order here in the top of the 4th for Eli Corsilia and the Blazer defense. Brings up number 3, hitting cleanup today, Carson Wall. Wall singled back in the first inning. First pitch to him, gets a swing and a miss, making the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch to the right-hander. That's just outside the zone, evens up the count at 1-1. And that pitch to the cleanup hitter's fouled back. Behind the visitor dugout, makes the count 1-2. One and two. Pitch to Wall on the breaking ball. They're going to say just outside, so that evens up the count at 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Cresilius. Gets the swing and a miss as Eli gets his 9th strikeout of the afternoon through 4 innings. Your score, Valley View 8, Robinson 1.
Years young, we never stop caring, learning, and leading by example. Some here call it our calling in life. We call it the St. Bernard's Way. Because what moves us every day is the knowledge that having the best science and the best people is the only way to bring Christ-like healing to all who need it. And we will never stop doing what we do, because we were born and raised here too. St. Bernard's. What keeps
Welcome back here in the bottom of the 4th inning, live from the campus of Valley View High School. Due up for the Blazers is going to be number 2, junior shortstop Drew Gartman, as he's had himself quite the afternoon with a single and triple so far in this contest. Number 10, Aiden Humphrey, still on the mound for the Senators. First pitch here in the 4th from Humbert as Gartman watches that one go by him for a called strike. 0-1's the count to the right-hander, Drew Gartman. That 0-1 pitch to Drew just a little outside, evens up the count at 1-1. That pitch to Gartman falls below the zone, making the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 pitch to Gartman as he swings and gets that one to the third baseman as he throws to first, and the throw is in time to retire the first batter in the bottom of the 4th, Drew Gartman. Now at the plate for the Blazers is junior first baseman, right-hander Hudson Rogers. Rogers lined out in the 2nd inning, but had a sacrifice fly to plate across Slade Caldwell back in the 3rd. 1 out in the inning for Humbert and the Senators. And that first pitch to Rogers hits him in his left shoulder as he'll trot down the line to first base. So a runner on first and 1 out for the Blazers. Now due up for the Blazers is senior third baseman, number 13, Kason Becker. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Rogers. That's going to be number 31, the sophomore Noah Scatero. So Scatero on first. And 1 out for the Blazers with Becker due up at the plate as Coach Allison finalizes the pinch runner substitution as we're about ready to resume play. Humbert still on the mound here this afternoon for the Senators. First pitch to Becker falls in as a called strike, making the count 0-1. Oh, one's a pitch in the pickoff, and they got Scotero as he is leaning a little too close to second base, so that's a quick 2 outs in the inning here for Humbert and the Senators. Oh, and one's count to the Blazers left-hander. That pitch gets a swing and a miss there from Becker as he's down in the count 0-2. Oh, and 2 pitch to Casons. That one's in the dirt before it can cross the plate for a ball, making the count 1-2. One and 2 pitch to Becker as he watches that breaking ball for a called strike 3. So Humbert gets his team out of the bottom of the fourth without allowing any runs. But your Blazers still lead the Senators 8-1. We'll be right back with the 5th inning here on Blazer News Network.
Evolve Bank and Trust is your financial partner of choice for full-service banking in Jonesboro. Come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank now offers checking and savings accounts, CDs, home and business loans, and so much more. Check us out online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back here in the top of the 5th inning as we see a new Blazer pitcher on the mound. That's going to be senior Lawson Ward. That's fouled back from Humbert, making the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch from Ward. Humbird watches that one for a called ball, making the count 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Lawson, as that's a fastball called strike, makes the count 1-2. Ward able to be on the mound for his team, but not quite able to be behind the plate as he's still recovering from that surgery on his left hand. 1-2 pitch from Ward, gets the swing and a miss, so Ward faces one batter and strikes out. One batter, so one down here in the top of the fifth for the Blazers. Now due up at the plate for the Senators is going to be number 9, the right-hander, Isaiah Freeman. First pitch to Freeman. Blows by him, swing and a miss, makes the count 0-1. Pitch to Freeman. Just below the knees on the outside edge of the zone, evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch from Ward, gets another swing and a miss, makes the count 1-2. So Ward looking to strike out 2 batters in a row to start off his inning of relief. 1-2 pitch to Freeman. Low below the zone, evens up the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss there from Freeman as Ward faces 2 batters and strikes out 2. So a good start of relief here for Lawson Ward. Now due up at the plate for the Senators is number 1, left-hander Spencer Watson. Ward's first pitch to Watson's low, making the count 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 pitch to Watson, gets right by him for the swing and a miss, evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch to Spencer, another swing and a miss there as Ward has came out firing early here in his first inning of relief. Ward now looking to strike out his 3rd batter in a row. And that's a called strike 3 as Ward strikes out the side. So a very good first inning of relief from Lawson Ward. Your Blazers lead the Senators 8-1. Stay with us here on Blazers News Network for the bottom of the 5th.
Caring, learning, and leading by example. Some here call it our calling in life. We call it the St. Bernard's Way. Because what moves us every day is the knowledge that having the best science and the best people is the only way to bring Christ-like healing to all who need it. And we will never stop doing what we do. Because we were born and raised here too. St. Bernard's. What keeps us?
Welcome back here to Blazers News Network here in the bottom of the 5th as your Blazers lead Robinson 8-1. Blazers have 6 hits this afternoon while holding Robinson to 2. Jay Taylor steps back up to the plate after homering back in the 3rd inning. That was a 2-run shot from Taylor. See if he can do it again here. Humbert still on the mound here in the 5th inning for the Senators. That pitch from Humbert off speed there, a little outside, makes the count 1-0. One and 0 pitch to Jay. The low once again makes the count 2-0. Two and 0 pitch to Taylor. Check swing there and fouled back. Straight behind home plate. Makes the count 2-1. That pitch from Humber gets the check swing by Jade, and he did go around, so that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. That breaking ball to Taylor, high fly ball to the shortstop, and he makes the catch to retire Jade Taylor. So Humbert gets him and his Senators the first out of the bottom of the 5th. But now at the plate, batting 9th today in the order, sophomore second baseman Noah Ragsdale. First pitch of the bat to Ragsdale, swung on down the 3rd base side, and just foul. Snow Ragsdale picks back up his bat and about ready to get back into the batter's box here for the 0-1 count. Ragsdale has a good eye on that one as he watches it just below the zone for a ball. Evens up the count at 1-1. One and one. Pitch to Ragsdale. Swung on a hard hit ball near the 3rd baseman. The shortstop's there, and they're going to get Ragsdale just in time as he almost beat it out, but 2 in a row down. Retired in order for Humbert and the Senators here in the bottom of the 5th. Now at the plate for the Blazers, number 3, senior center fielder Slade Caldwell. First pitch to Caldwell, breaking ball falls in there for the called strike, and making the count 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Slade as he watches that one go by just above the zone for a ball, making the count 1-1. One and one pitch to Caldwell as he watches that one just above the zone, once again making the count 2-1. Hitter's count pitch to Slade as that falls in there again for a called strike. So now the count's even on Caldwell at 2-2 and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th here for Humbert and the Senators. Two and two pitch to Slade. So he watches that one just outside the zone. So now the count's full, 3-2. 3-2 pitch to Slade as he gets a barrel on that one, and that's going to get to shallow left center as the shortstop's not able to make the catch, so Slade will reach on a single. So a runner on first with 2 outs, and that's Caldwell for the batter batting second today, sophomore right fielder number 21, Owen Roach. First pitch to Roach, swung on and fouled. Back here behind home plate, making the count 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Owen. He watches that breaking ball fall in just above the zone, evens up the count at 1-1. One pitch to Roach makes the count 2-1 with the ball high above the zone. Two and one pitch to Roach as that's low, and Caldwell runs, but not even a throw to second from the catcher. 3-1 count to Owen with the Caldwell on second and 2 outs. Three and one, the count to Owen. So he watches that ball high and draws a walk. So now the Blazers will have runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up senior transfer left-hander Dax Webb. Webb steps into the batter's box for his first pitch from Humbert. As Caldwell's running, and both of them are as that ball's in the dirt, but a good play by the Senators catcher to keep it in front of them. But now the Blazers do have 2 runners in scoring position. One and 0 pitch to Webb. He watches that one just inside for a ball, makes the count 2-0. Humbert ready for his 2-0 pitch. Dax watches that for a called strike. Makes the count 2-1. Two and one pitch to Webb as he swung on, and that got a piece of Humbert. And Dax Webb beats it out as Caldwell scores. So now the Blazers lead 9-1 on the infield single from Dax Webb. So now the cleanup hitter, Keaton Mathis, steps in to the plate. Keaton this afternoon is lined out, struck out, and single. 2 outs for Keaton and runners at the corners. Blazers needing just 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th to get out of this one in 5 innings. First pitch to Mathis as the runner runs to second. And a fake throw, so now 2 runners in scoring position, the 2 runs the Blazers need. 1-0 is the count to Mathis. 1-0 pitch to Mathis. He watches the breaking ball fall just outside of the zone, makes the count 2-0. As Humbird is certainly in some frustration out there dancing around the mound. 2-0 pitch to the Blazers catcher, swung on by Mathis into the outfield, and that's going to get down. 1 run scores, and here comes the other one, and so they're going to score, and that's the ball game. So the Blazers do run rule the Senators. The Blazers win it 11-1 through 5 innings. So a great job by Mathis there to get the single RBI and win this one for the Blazers. Make sure you stay with us here on Blazer News Network for the Century Finance post-game show.
Controller. Tara works remotely, Zooming by day and online shopping at night. Trey never misses the big game. And Gigi loves to stream but hates to wait. They're all living the gig life. No lagging, buffering, or waiting thanks to Right Fiber's gig speed internet. You too can be like the gigs. Connected to what matters the most for your family with fast 100% fiber internet from Right Fiber.
What keeps us 120 years young? We never stop caring, learning, and leading by example. Some here call it our calling in life. We call it the St. Bernard's Way. Because what moves us every day is the knowledge that having the best science and the best people is the only way to bring Christ-like healing to all who need it. And we will never stop doing what we do. Because we were born and raised here too. St. Bernard's. What keeps us 120 years young? We never stop caring, learning, and leading by example. Some here call it our calling in life. We call it the St. Bernard's Way. Because what moves us every day is the knowledge that having the best science and the best people is the only way to bring Christ-like healing to all who need it. And we will never stop doing what we do. Because we were born and raised here too. St. Bernard's.
Evolve
Mic
Bank
check.
and Trust is your financial partner of choice for
You up.
full-service banking in Jonesboro. Come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank now offers checking and savings accounts, CDs, home and business loans, and so much more. Check us out online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The Century Finance postgame show. And Eli, your first start after nursing a small injury, how important was it for you to come out and put in quality innings of work?
It was just good to come out, get a team win, and be able to get a team win and be able to come back and beat us.
And I'd say your offense gave you a pretty good amount of support tonight in the 11-1 run rule win. Just how does it feel to have that kind of offense behind you?
I mean, as a pitcher, it's the best thing you can ask for, being able to pitch with the lead. It's the best thing you can ask for as a pitcher.
And your first start of your senior year, what are you looking to accomplish this final year of high school?
Just taking it one day about a time and just being able to just win as many games as we can.
And the last question for you, Eli, how do you think this team makes winning look so effortless?
I mean, we're good. I mean, it's the hard way to say we're good. So just being able to go out and be good every day.
And that will do it here from Memorial Field as your Blazers win 11-1. We'll see you next time here on Blazer News Network.